Tonight on Recruits.
So we're in the Cross, aren't we?
Rebecca's first night in the King's Cross jungle.
I'm fine.
A two-car pile-up on a wet country road puts Evan to the test.
Oh, my shoulder!
It's a bloody awful situation we've got here.
And John has to be cruel to be kind.
It's pretty confronting having to cause them pain to help them.
I'm addicted to this universal feeling called life.
It's 3 a.m. Rebecca and mentor Matt are in Sydney's King's Cross.
This is goldfish, nice little bar in there.
It's the first time in the infamous red light district for the mother of three.
Here's the lady of the night.
Oh.
There's one there.
The Cross is notorious for drunks, drugs and violence. Tonight is no exception.
You look like you're just near a 1 metre salt pot point.
Is it a McDonald's?
518, copy. Send the job down. Is that at McDonald's?
Not sure, it doesn't say. Oh, yep, McDonald's King's Cross.
Yeah, we're just being flagged down. We're right at the front of it.
Code 1B is a serious trauma. But with thousands of drunk revellers spilling out from pubs and clubs, Rebecca and Matt must exercise caution. They could be walking straight into trouble.
Just after experience, you sort of know what you can handle and can't handle, and it was a very public place. Quite cautiously approached the scene. Excuse me, guys.
Around 200 paramedics are assaulted every year across Australia. In King's Cross, it's a regular event.
Look around, travel lightly in terms of gear, so if we have to make a dash and run, we can. What's your name? Pardon? Do you know where you are at the moment?
Yeah?
Where are you?
I'm the club.
Yeah, okay, hang on a second. Just don't move, mate. You got something on your lip.
No.
Listen.
No.
You have something on your lip. I just want to get it off.
I'm fine.
I'm just going to clean the butter off your face, off the side of your face. Is that all right?
Yeah.
Marcoux is a backpacker from France. He was punched in the face while waiting for a hamburger.
You see this happen? Did you see him?
Yeah, he was talking to them. And
Okay.
just the guy stood up
And did he get knocked out?
Yeah, he just knocked down. So
He didn't get knocked out, though.
Just so we can make sure it's only the one area that you're bleeding from, that's all. It's just a lot of blood.
So apparently he was assaulted, punched in the face. Wasn't unconscious, stood up straight away after and went to throw another punch. I just want to know where all this blood off his face has come from. Oh, there it is there. He's got a split lip. Okay, tell him we've got to take him to the hospital.
Okay.
Can you come out to the ambulance with me? Where it's quieter, and that way we can check you out better. You come with me? You come with me.
Marcoux's not convinced he needs to go, but Rebecca and Matt won't take no for an answer.
Come on.
It's all right.
I'm okay. I'm okay. Come on.
It's all right. I just want to go somewhere where it's quiet so I can
Come on.
it'll clean you up a bit better, okay?
Yeah.
Just come and take a seat up there. Come and take a seat up there, yep.
Hold on to that.
Jump on the
Get
bed
him on the
for
bed for us. No, with your head on the pillow. Head on the pillow.
No,
Other way. Other way. This is the pillow. That's the way. Near the hospital.
Alright, we're just going to go up, Dale.
Yeah, it's fine. We take you up to the hospital. They put a stitch in, and you go back home again.
Only weeks ago, Beck learned a painful lesson about handling a distressed patient.
No, treat me like a jack.
Jason.
No, that's enough.
Jason.
The conversation's finished. The conversation is finished, all right?
Beck learned a paramedic's most important communication tool is a sympathetic ear.
There's no need to be upset, okay?
I never like that one.
That's all right. Listen, it's okay. You don't need to be upset.
No, it's not all right.
I think the human qualities that make a good paramedic is compassion, the ability to actually listen to your patient.
We're just going to take you out the door here and into the hospital and get you fixed up, okay?
Just to be on their level and to have a care and understanding of their life.
Marcoux wasn't concussed but received stitches in his lip before being discharged. The sympathy of paramedics may be a fonder holiday memory than the violence of the Cross. At college, college, students learn how to extract a patient with spinal injuries from a car wreck.
And you'll have 20 to 25 minutes to get it done. All right, so you're going to have to move quick.
It's a mock scenario, but already former sales assistant Danielle is feeling the pressure of her new career.
The stakes are a lot higher. If you stuff up a customer order, they're going to get mad at you in a bookstore, whereas you stuff up as a paramedic, it could be an issue of life and death.
You two, you can start coming over.
With the clock ticking, Danielle and former fireman Rainer lead the stretcher team.
Okay.
Is there anything you need us to do, mate?
This is core paramedic work. 1 in 5 call-outs are to motor vehicle accidents.
Right now, we're just trying to figure out how to get the patient out of the car, whether we want to try and spin him around, take him out through the front.
So you'll probably need
It's pretty cramped.
OK, so how are you going to get him out?
Spine board.
Spine board, yeah.
Under the butt, swiveling his legs around.
OK. Are you going to be able to do that with his height and his bulk?
I hope so. That's the only alternative we've got.
No, there isn't. There's another way of getting him out here with the equipment that you've got. Out the back door.
Ah, yes, come in. Sorry. If he's back, we just come in and we can just sort of...
Yep, exactly.
OK.
You've got about 10 minutes to get these people out.
They've got a plan, but get it wrong and their patient could end up a paraplegic.
All right, so we're going to try and push this.
Stop. I don't want you going any further until this stretcher is in.
Okay.
And then organise him.
So on three, we're all going to go this way.
OK, you've got 1 minute, guys, or we're going to have to pull the pin.
2, 3.
They've made it, but only just.
It's over, mate.
So sorry. Poor Carlos, that's not very comfortable at all. And if you've got injuries on top of that, I can't imagine how horrible that extrication would have been. So we need practice.
Paramedic trainee Evan Terry is stationed on the rural fringes of Sydney.
Riveting television.
It's an area notorious for car crashes.
See that intrusion there? Like, that's where his chest was.
It's a dramatic change from life at college.
It's been a very steep learning curve the whole way. What you learn and the way you learn it at school compared to how it presents in reality, there's definitely a gap there.
But for Evan, the gap between theory and practice is narrowing fast.
Another traffic accident at Richmond.
Bloody hell.
382 the Driftway. It's smoke coming out of car.
Motor vehicle accident, smoke coming out of one of the cars. Fire brigade has been notified.
Trainee paramedic Evan and mentor Craig have been called to a 2-car pile-up at a notorious black spot.
So they're already here, so I'll just jump out and go and speak to Pete. Rolly, yep. G'day. You guys both all right?
Oh, reasonably so.
Yeah.
Bit of blood here and there.
Oh, OK, fair enough. Do you want me to patch those up for you?
Yes, please.
Apparently this woman did a U-turn in front of him or something. I don't know.
You reckon?
Yeah, apparently.
Michelle was going shopping. Now she's trapped with a broken arm and possible neck injuries.
Spine board out onto the bed?
Yeah, on the bed.
It's only weeks since Evan was taught how to perform a spinal board extraction at college. Now he's doing it for real.
I need a couple of more hands here.
I'm just going to hold your head, OK, just to help you not move it, all right? So I'm just grabbing it now. You happy for me to remove that oxygen altogether, Mohammed?
Yes, please. Fantastic.
Nice and slowly.
Yep, nice and slow. Yep. Yep, the head, that's all right. We drag him up on the board. 1, 2, 3.
Where's it hurting, Michelle?
Oh, my shoulder!
Shoulder?
Yeah.
We're going well.
In no time, the patient is out of the wreck.
Okay.
Very well done, very brave.
But Evan has made a basic mistake. He's broken safety regulations by forgetting to wear his helmet inside the wreck.
I noticed I wasn't wearing the helmet pretty much as soon as I was in the car and holding the head, but at that point, it was all a bit late.
and everyone was busy, so I couldn't shout out to anyone. Obviously, in a job like this, you don't want to screw up your career, especially this early on, just because you've got to wear a helmet. So
The occupants of the other car were treated at the scene for minor abrasions, while Michelle was taken to hospital with a suspected broken arm and whiplash.
Don't worry about gloves so much, let's just get inside.
For 7 weeks, trainee John Williams has been in the inner city district with mentor Jordan.
Working in the job even just for this small amount of time has definitely given me a bigger picture about society in general and people.
When we'll pop him on our bed, we'll try not move him anymore.
Patrick is a resident in an old-aged facility. Feeling unusually weak, he called an ambulance. But the steroids Patrick takes for his arthritis have cruel side effects.
The biggest problem for him is that his skin is so thin from some of the medications he's on, and as soon as you touch it or apply any sort of force to it, it just shears away or rips off. It's just very hard to manage you with your skin. All right, lean forward for me. That's all right, man.
I'll bring him back this way and then...
Yeah.
It was pretty confronting seeing him in the state he was in, with his skin being so fragile just to touch, and it would tear and start bleeding, and yeah, it's pretty sad to see someone like that.
How are we going to get you over onto here without ripping all your skin? Hey? How are we going to make this happen?
We've shown you.
Sorry?
We've shown you.
It's a bloody awful situation we've got here.
Patrick is 82 and has no close family nearby.
The job was made more difficult by the fact that Patrick was unable to move by himself, and so to lift him onto the stretcher would tear his skin and start bleeding. So there was no other way to get him onto the chair and subsequently onto the bed but to lift him.
I think John's going to come underneath you, OK? It's going to be hard, mate. John's going to come underneath you, OK? It's going to be hard, mate.
John and Jordan are transporting 82-year-old Patrick to hospital.
No, it's all right, it's OK.
His paper-thin skin tears so easily, any movement is excruciatingly painful.
So as soon as you kind of move it or touch it, it breaks and he starts bleeding, so it's going to be a bit hard to get him up onto the stretcher.
We're going to lift you up. It's going to be a bit unpleasant for a moment, OK? But I just need you to take a big, deep breath and think light thoughts for me, all right? It's not going to be easy, OK? And it's going to probably be a bit uncomfortable.
It's pretty confronting having to cause them pain to help them.
1, 2, 3. You're on. That's all, mate, OK? So let's tuck you down. It's good for John to learn, like, how to manage patients in difficult environments that have complex medical problems, you know, that are quite sort of unique and not your everyday sort of run-of-the-mill stuff.
Patrick's situation is distressing. Without family nearby, a compassionate paramedic can make a big difference.
And what made it worse today? Why did you decide to call today?
I didn't know what to do.
I feel a sense of sadness that a lot of the older population in our society is sort of relegated to these life circumstances. At the same time, I have a job to do, and I have to put aside that sadness or that internal conflict and provide care to that patient.
They say that we're always going to be coming across cases like this. I guess getting old isn't always as pretty as it sounds, but I mean, yeah, it's not really until you kind of get out there and you see it in your face that it really hits home.
Sadly, Patrick died a week later from a complicated series of illnesses. Out in the suburbs, 21-year-old Carly and mentor Jane have been on the road together for 6 weeks.
I've got an 85-year-old guy that's fallen out of a tree, as you do at 85. So go and have a look. What's your name?
Frederick.
Frederick. All right, Frederick.
Do you remember falling off the ladder?
I remember putting the ladder against the tree.
Right, but you don't remember falling off the ladder?
No.
Do you remember walking up the ladder?
Frederick's memory loss indicates he's been knocked out. If so, he may have sustained serious brain injury.
Have you been up since you fell, Frederick?
No,
You've just laid here.
I've been here. I don't know where's the ladder?
Frederick's son, Stephen, found his dad 20 minutes earlier.
That's my dad. He's 84. I'm 61. I live next door, and I went up to my place to get some things, and I was there for about 10 minutes before coming back to expect to find him in the kitchen, but he wasn't there. He was on the ground here. He said, "How'd I get here?" He'd had no short-term memory at all. I can remember it all now. I was trying to cut that branch off to keep the possum off the roof.
Oh, OK. That's good. It's all coming back.
Yep.
Have you ever had a fall like this before?
Not for a long time.
So you have fallen before?
Oh, I think so. I mean, I must have, because I've been climbing ladders and stuff, you know,
for
the
too
last
long.
60 years.
At 84, Frederick still works full-time as an electrician.
He runs a square dance on Monday nights, and he leads a full and healthy life.
OK. All right, mate. What we're going to do is we'll take you up to hospital and get him to have a look at that shoulder.
I think a bit of a rest will do it.
So you don't want to go to hospital?
No way. That sounds like Dad.
But the fact that you don't remember it worries me a bit.
No.
Yeah, because you can't remember it. I know you don't want to, but I think you should.
I've had concussion before, and it comes back after a while.
If Frederick doesn't want to go to hospital, Jane and Carly can't force him.
People need to know that by not coming with us, that serious consequences could happen. He could be having a really slow bleed in his brain and he might die. Yeah. All right, well, I think we should go up to hospital.
I remember tipping off the ladder. No way.
84-year-old Frederick is concussed after falling off a ladder. He's refusing to go to hospital.
Just better to get checked out, just so they can do a scan. It's just a bit of a worry that you can't remember and that you have fallen from that height.
I don't think that's a good idea at all.
How come?
Well, I don't need it.
I think you might.
Nah.
Yeah. I know that you're tough, but...
I just got to do something with the shoulder, that's all.
Yeah, well, it's only going to be sorer in the morning. So how about we just go up now, get an X-ray of the shoulder?
Well, we have a lot of our own alternative treatments, or complementary.
Right.
And X-ray is one of the things we shy away from.
I mean, we can't obviously drag him to hospital, but we're saying
it's probably
our advice is definitely that he go to hospital and be checked out. And if you don't want him to have an X-ray, then he doesn't have to have an X-ray.
You don't want to go to hospital. Do scans. If I want an X-ray, I'll go and get one tomorrow.
All right, well, how about we get you up? I mean, at the moment, you're still on the floor. What do you think, Frederick? Do you want us to give you a hand up?
He knows himself well, and he's strong and robust, and, you know, going to hospital is sort of like giving in. Hey!
How's that?
Just got a sore shoulder, that's all. You're not dizzy at all? No.
You think we should run you up to hospital?
No.
All right. You can take him inside, Carls. I'll go and get her.
All right,
but thank you for the offer.
Having assessed Frederick's head and neck, Jane and Carly have to accept Fred is willing to take the risk and not go to hospital.
Yeah, it is frustrating when you're called and when he's fallen, where he's fallen, how he's fallen, the fact he can't remember. But look, you can't force him to go to hospital.
What a way to finish a Sunday.
So I need to go in now and make sure that he's aware that he might die overnight, and as long as he's happy with that, then that's all we can do, really. Alrighty, so what we need to get you to do, Frederick, is we need to get you to sign this card. You need to know that there are serious consequences of staying at home and not being properly assessed by a doctor.
That's all right with me, yeah.
OK, because we're not doctors and we can't do a full and complete medical examination here in your home.
That's OK, I understand.
Okay?
I understand what you're saying, but I'm not that worried.
But don't be proud, OK? Ring us back if you get worried about yourself.
Yeah.
OK, ring us back. I'll go see a doctor tomorrow about that shoulder, OK? All right, mate. You take care.
Thanks for all the trouble.
We don't see you later. He might be that, you know, the 10% that have a fall and have a slow bleed in their brain. That's then going to mean that they end up having a significant stroke and being debilitated. He could go from being a super independent 83-year-old man who, like his son says, goes to work as an electrician every day to being a vegetable.
Frederick was lucky not to be in that 10%. He was back climbing ladders the next day. As for Carly, she's fast learning from Jane through hands-on experience.
Working with Jane's been great. She knows a lot. She's taught me heaps, so I'm really appreciative and grateful that I had her as a mentor, and look forward to a couple of years down the track getting back in there with her, and I'm qualified, and I know I can teach her maybe something, so it'll be good.
But Carly has already mastered an unusual skill, one she's kindly offered to teach Jane.
Oh, I can't believe we're doing this.
Carly is a regular skydiver. Jane has never jumped before.
It's a funny little role reversal. Carly's been educating me on what I've got to do and how I've got to either scream or shut my mouth so my mouth doesn't flop around, so it should be good for a laugh. Awesome, thank you. Oh, that was brilliant. No!
I've never been able to hear myself scream out of a plane before.
Really?
I was like,
that was fantastic. Oh, so good.
Do you want it?
Next time on Recruits.
There's blood everywhere, the phones are ringing.
Carly on a night of chaos.
And it is actually still bleeding.
Danger on the front line for Rebecca.
Get out of here!
Can you get onto the police? Get him here urgently.
And a life rests in Evan's hands. And for more Recruits action, log on to the website.